Welcome to Football Feminino, your ultimate destination for women's football action. From breathtaking goals to bodies on the line, we've got you covered. Join us as we break down the top matches from this week, the absolutely scintillating plays, and the not so good bits as well. Because women's football deserves the spotlight, let's kick things off. First game we're going to kick off with this week is the highly anticipated Arsenal versus Man City, a top of the table clash that played out in a fantastic 2-2 draw. We had Vivian Miedema returning to her old stomping ground at Arsenal, and we had some new debuts like Caldente for Arsenal as well. Overall, it was a fantastic performance from Arsenal. They really were the stronger team. They dominated in possession. They had more shots on goal. And they were really playing well between Man City's lines and breaking down their high press in the first half. Rightly so, they went 1-0 up with a fantastic goal from the ball, cutting it back, should I say, to the edge of the box where Marnham came running in and slotted that ball home. Fantastic work goal and absolutely what they deserved. As the first half continued, you could kind of tell that Arsenal might be ruining these chances. And lo and behold, of course, it was Vivian Miedema popping up with a goal. Lauren Hemp and her working really tenacious to win the ball back on the edge of the Arsenal box. And a lucky deflection, but it goes in. If you don't take the shots, you don't get the goals. Vivian Miedema has opened her account in the WSL with Man City now. Arsenal had a great chance to go 2-1 up in the first half with a great ball over and Stina Blackstenius running through. Yamashita coming out of nowhere. Really, the goalkeeper was in no man's land. Wasn't the best goalkeeping decision, and Arsenal really should have taken advantage of that. As the second half starts, it's still more of the same from Arsenal. They're doing a high press and really moving the ball well in the midfield areas, so much so that they end up having a goal disallowed. Controversially, I think personally, let me know in the comments what you think. I don't think it should have been an offside against Ford. I thought she timed it well, but I'd love to hear what you think. With them missing that opportunity there, or it being disallowed, Man City go to the other end, and it's a fantastic ball in from the right-hand side by Hemp. It is headed down, defended, and then Jess Parks on the edge of the area. Beautiful control, and pings it in the top corner. Keeper had absolute no chance. As the game goes on, you're really starting to wonder if City are going to get away with this and win a 2-1, which really probably wouldn't have been deserved on the view of the whole performance. However, Arsenal have firepower in their locker, and Jonas made the changes of bringing on Alicia Russo and Beth Mead, and it is Beth Mead who got the goal. Alex Greenwood is fouled. I think she's fouled. Let me know in the comments what you think. It looks like she's taken out by McCade. McCade then jumps the ball over Alex Greenwood, who has another Arsenal player fall on top of her. She can't get back and defend. The ball moves forward. It hits off the post, and then who else but Beth Mead comes running in to open her tally for the season as well. It ends up being a really well fought out 2-2 draw. I think it could have gone either way in the end. Overall, I believe Arsenal dominated a lot better. They had a lot more possession. And if City are really going to be top and up there at the end of the season, as I think they will, they really need to improve on their performance, because other teams will now look at this and realise how they can play out against City. The second game in the roundup is Chelsea-Aston Villa. And for all of Aston Villa's actual dominance throughout the game and their really well-rounded performance, it was Chelsea's clinical finishing that proved the decisive kick. It was a beautiful, well-taken shot. She drifted out to the right. She turned back in on her left. Les Thomas for dead. Chelsea ended up coming out 1-0 victors, and it really could have swung either way. Kenya's strike in the first half proving to be the decisive goal. For first-time managers in DePaul, I thought his performance and his team's performance really proved that they're behind him this season. And I think Sonia Bonparty has a lot of work to do behind the scenes. If Chelsea are going to play like that each week, they might actually come up against a few teams, Arsenal, City, and even Villa the next time will actually beat them. Chelsea's 13 shots on goal versus Villa's 5 really showed their efficiency in front of goal and where Villa need to improve in the next few games. Villa's midfield overall performance was very strong, and they had some great opportunities down the wing, crossing it in. With Villa pushing hard for an equaliser, Hannah Hampton stood tall in goal, made 2 excellent last-minute saves, one from a corner in that was headed into the bottom right-hand corner, wonderful save down to her right hand, and then D'Angelo coming up, love to see the keeper get up there, free kick whipped in, what a header by D'Angelo, and Hannah Hampton making a fantastic save. All in all, Villa can be really happy with that performance, and having their first home game this weekend in Villa Park against Spurs, they can be really buoyed and take a lot from this game. As long as they're a little bit more clinical in finishing, they're going to cause a lot of problems for Spurs this weekend. With Chelsea playing this Friday night, they can really take some of the lessons they would have learnt from the Villa game into the game against Palace and I really expect them to dominate and kick on from this season. I'm sure Sonia Bonparty and the Chelsea fans are expecting the same. So put in the comments what you think the score is going to be there, and let's roll on to the next game. Don't forget to stick around at the end of this video where we've got some extra content. We're going to be talking about VAR. Actually, should it be in the women's game? Because there was a couple of controversial moments this weekend. The third game in our roundup this week is the CK show. Really, her hat-trick on her debut. It was a dominant performance, and for Frank Kirby as well. Brighton were worthy winners from the outset. They really were all over, not only in possession in the stats with their multiple shots against Everton. Everton just couldn't cope with the quick passes and the ingenuity in midfield between Kirby, Villamala and with CK. Brighton's overall dominance in attack was highlighted by CK's hat-trick. CK's goals were a mix of power, precision and quality. Really showed what she's going to bring from her time in Japan over into the WSL, and it's going to be a really exciting season for her. I wouldn't bet against her being top goal scorer at the end of this season as well. From front to back, Brighton really did dominate Everton. The team's overall performance was impressive. They had 15 shots to Everton's 7, and they were over nearly 60% of possession. Going into Everton's next game, they're really going to have to sort out their defence, because a couple of lapse errors allowed Brighton to go in on a goal, as well as they were well taken by CK. Brighton were just far too dominant across the board. With 3 games down, with 3 more to go. If you like what you're seeing already, hit like, hit that subscribe button so you can get more of this content delivered to you weekly, and put any comments that you want to add so far of what you've seen. The fourth game on the roundup today is Spurs versus Palace. We had Spurs who are looking to really kick on this season, as well as Palace who are the newcomers to the league and looking to stamp their mark as they take on the WSL season. Sadly for Palace, it really wasn't a good performance for them. Spurs really turned the screw, and in the first minute, Hayley Rasu, on her debut signing from Real Madrid, did a lovely jinxing run into the box and finished into the left-hand corner. That really did set the tone for this match. For all of the Spurs' dominance in the first half, they couldn't find that second goal, and that was thanks to Jay Yanis in the goals, really saving her team from it being kind of an embarrassing score, and it could have been 5 or 6 in that half, so we have to give commendance to her. Into the second half, Spurs really kicked on into another gear and produced 3 beautiful worked goals. One first for Naz running through, who slotted the ball away underneath the keeper. She had to have another bite at it, but it was a beautifully weighted pass through to her. Their third goal was a beautiful pass from Beth England. Lovely little dink pass to Drew Spence, who slotted that home. And the real perler, the cherry on top, was a beautiful goal by Olga. Picks up the ball on the edge of the box and absolutely slams it home into the net. Their total dominance in this match even showed in the stats. It was 26 shots to Spurs to Crystal Palace 4, and Spurs had 17 shots on target to Crystal Palace having just 1. Crystal Palace will really need to pick up in their defence and their confidence for their next game this weekend, where Spurs are going marching on. Could this be the season where Spurs are the surprise challengers? Let me know what you think in the comments about this performance. The penultimate game today is Man United versus West Ham at Old Trafford. It was the tale of 2 Skinners, and Man United came out on top. West Ham really were huffing and puffing for a lot of the game, but they came away with nothing to show for it. Not good enough at this level to be able to get a point or even a goal. They had 1 shot on target through the whole match, easily bullied off possession in their defence, which cost them greatly. Man United's first goal showed this as Jace runs down the wing, easily brushes off the West Ham defender and slots the ball home. Man United were clinical in their finishing, and Galton showed this with a lovely curling effort that went into the top corner. That really kind of set Man United apart from West Ham, was their ability to finish any chances that they had. The third goal was again indicative of West Ham's sloppy play in the defence. You really can't do this at this level. It was a simple ball in, and Man United had 3 players on 2, and it was a free header for Clinton in the area. Overall, West Ham had a lot of areas to improve on. Man United can take confidence into this game of how their new players gelled, the strength that they have in the team, and the confidence with Fallon between the sticks. And I really see them getting another 3 points against Everton. Whereas West Ham, on the other hand, are at home against Liverpool. It's a tough game for both. I'm not too sure who's going to come out of this one. It could be another draw, or I'd probably even go with a Liverpool win. So let's see. Put down in the comments what you think. Liverpool going to win? West Ham going to be around the bottom at the end? Let me know. Last but not least is Liverpool versus Leicester. Last season, Liverpool ended up being victors in both of the games. This year, they didn't have it quite all their way. Although Liverpool dominated in possession, having over 60%, they really did struggle to find a way in goal, with the inspired goalkeeping of Lisa Kopp in goal, really saving Leicester, especially in the first half, and frustrating Liverpool. Liverpool thought they might have been going in at 0-0 at half time if it wasn't for the fantastic header by Haug, who rifled it into the back of the net. Into the second half, Leicester really kind of galvanised themselves and came together together with a wonderfully worked goal, with a quick free kick taken on the left-hand side in their own half, a ball sprayed straight across the pitch, diagonally through to Rantala, who runs through and slots it into the net. Overall, Liverpool will be feeling frustrated with this performance. As mentioned in the possession, also in their shots area, they dominated 12 shots and goal and really should probably have been victors in this match. Leicester will be the happy of the two, and they've both got big weekend fixtures coming up. I'd love to hear in the comments what you think about the Liverpool-Leicester match. Was it fantastic goalkeeping, or was it missed chances by Liverpool? Do we think Liverpool have got enough to kick on this season, or really is this kind of as best as it's going to get and they're going to be middle of the pack? Let me know what you think in the comments. Final talking point this week is the three controversies that happened. One in the Aston Villa match where it would definitely gone out for a corner. Linesman should have picked up on that. I'm not too sure why. What do you think? Should VAR get involved? Is that just a crazy idea? I think it is, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And also the Ford offside. Was she offside? Do you think the linesman got that right? Would you have been okay with it if you were called offside? Again, let me know in the comments. And the final one was Alex Greenwood's foul in that Arsenal match where they went and scored the goal. Should it have been allowed? Should the ref have blown up? I'd love to hear your comments on that. Again, would VAR have helped with all of these? What do you think? Should we get VAR in? I don't think so. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, so that's it for the first episode of Football Femenino Weekly WSL Roundup. Thank you for sticking around. You know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, add some comments in there. I really want to make this a collaboration between us, and let's look forward to this weekend's fixtures. Have a great weekend, everybody.